Hey there, this is the LEGO Ninjago Katana V11. It's a boat. It's a boat for Kai. Comes with Kai, and it comes with a single member of the Sons of Garmadon gang, because this is from the Sons of Garmadon season, that as of the time of the recording of this video has not yet come out. I don't think there are any spoilers in this set, although there is one major question that it raises. This is a fairly simple thing in terms of what you actually get here. It's a nice build for the boat itself though, and it does a fair amount. I like this color scheme quite a lot. The majority of red, using gold as an accent, as they've done many times. A little bit of dark red brought in here, but then this major accent of the yellowish orange or orangish yellow color. That's especially nice. Now, these side pods are able to move out. So this is kind of your attack mode, and you can either bring those out all the way like this, or you can just bring them out halfway. You can change their angles, and you can see that they have spring-loaded shooters built into them. Well, when you're not in attack mode, they just very nicely fold in. Well, that's really sleek. This thing looks really good from the side. This is actually the first time I personally have been looking at this from the side with those folded in, and I like it a lot. I like this boat better now than I did a minute ago. Better now than I did when I started this video. I really like that. Very sleek indeed. Boat does not float. Sorry. They have a couple of inverted tiles under here. They actually raise the thing up beyond that, so it really looks like it's kind of hovering above a given surface. These represent exhaust here, unless these represent exhaust. I think these represent exhaust, and these are just intakes. V4 motor, or maybe they've just got 4 carbs on a V8 inside of there or something, but shoots out flame from the rear. Maybe this is exhaust. No, this is exhaust. No, this should be like the jet, but then it's a V. Wait, whatever it is, it has a lot of flame coming out of it. It's supposed to go really fast. You know what I mean? This is an opening compartment here at the front. That's a good use of space because you can put katanas in there from Kai, so space to actually put your minifigs accessories. Always a good thing. There's another transforming, semi-transforming feature of this as well. These sides just whip out like that. Kind of a low speed mode, gives you a little extra lift. You see these surfaces come down, give you just additional planing surfaces. That makes sense to me. I mean, maybe this isn't designed with science, but you can apply science to it if you want to, or just see it as just a different way to look at the toy. I think this is a cool look as well. I don't think it's as cool to me personally as the folded up form, but it's nice to have an alternate look to it. And this kind of works for me for docking it, because it gives you easy access, much easier access to the cockpit. I mean, when that's closed, it helps to close the gap on the side there, but like this, I like what they did here, going backwards basically with this windscreen canopy element, the reverse of the norm for it. And that has just a printed console piece in the front, which is good to see. Let me go ahead and put Kai in that seat. So he sits back a little bit, but not too much. There's a gap behind him that's a little bit awkward, but at least, he's not totally looking at the sky like oftentimes the poor Ninja are in a lot of their vehicles and things. So that also is good. There's just a lot about this that to me just seems sensible and nicely done. Yeah, so good job on the design. I even like this section back here, kind of the business end where usually things kind of just start to cut off because it's not really the camera friendly end, but just the colors here, the 2 different grays, the black and this kind of great style element, all that just goes together really well. But that's pretty much it for the boat. Again, boat does not float though. Oh yeah, this is a print here. This has 10 stickers in the set in total, which feels like a lot to me for what you get here. A couple of them are under here. You rarely even see them. I forgot to actually take some footage of this before I put the stickers on, so sorry about that, but it looked perfectly fine with the stickers off. So if you don't like them, maybe consider just putting this one on and leave the rest off, and I think it'll still look nicely detailed because there are so many changes of color and meaningful changes of color and shape just using the physical pieces. The set comes with a motorcycle for the Sons of Garmadon member to ride. Has just a couple of stickers on it in total. I like the color scheme of these pieces for the bike, although I don't particularly favor the cheese slope piece in purple there. There is no form of kickstand or stabilization for this, unfortunately, and there's no spot for a weapon for that Sons of Garmadon rider. So he actually comes with a katana of his own, and he's not able to carry it with him. If you try to put it in one of his hands for a useful pose, like stuff that they show on the front of the box, then the bike just falls over on its own because, like I said, there's no stabilization here, and this form of bike actually doesn't do a very good job of self-centering and self-stabilizing. So that's a little bit of a miss there, because I want to be able to leave this on its own. And now, I just knocked it over. There we go. Okay. Stay. You know, this is a perfectly level surface. So if you don't have a perfectly flat, perfectly level surface, then you're going to have trouble with it falling over all the time. So you really do want to add some type of pieces onto this to help it stay up on its own. Otherwise, could be potentially frustrating. Stay. 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 There. Whew. This is the new kind of hybrid version of Kai, with the movie style of headgear, but brought back over to the TV universe and timeline. I have to say, this one doesn't look that strong to me, just relative to the others in terms of its transference from the movie style to the TV style. Nothing against Kai, nothing against fans of Kai. I think that just looking at this completely without any context, just as a figure, I think it's really good, actually. You know, there's a little bit of gap between the print of the torso and the hip, but there's a lot of detail in the gi that looks really nice. I also like just the fold marks down on the legs. So there's a look at his face with the scar and the bandage, of course. He does get an alternate face, so that's a good thing. Always a good thing. I'm glad that these really work for these figures without any, awkward appearance of a little bit of the face on the back when you don't want to see it. Since he's not on his motorcycle here, I have been able to give the proper red katana to Luke Cunningham, except, wait, that's not Luke Cunningham, that's Skip Vicious. But it says on the box Luke Cunningham. What's going on? The second character has gotten two names within the same season, within the same wave of releases. I'm sure all of that will be explained within the episodes themselves. I'm looking forward to finding out what that exactly is all about. But yeah, Luke Cunningham, maybe he's a doppelganger for Skip Vicious. Maybe it's the same person at a different time. Maybe it's the same person in a different timeline. All remains to be seen, but a pretty cool looking figure. Only one face for this guy, but let me show you what that looks like with everything removed. There's just a little bit more to see on the torso as well. I like the visor and how that fits onto just the regular helmet. So you can have that up or down, just a couple of distinct looks. Pretty decent medium-small set. The price-to-part ratio is absolutely excellent for this, given that many of the pieces are not little one-by-ones. I'd say the price-to-volume of stuff ratio, the completely subjective, made-up metric that I tend to like to use when determining value, is pretty average for this set. Just the amount of stuff that I see in front of me when I look at, everything fully built up and just displayed to evaluate in person. It doesn't seem like as good of a deal as the price-to-part ratio would suggest, in spite of the fact that there are a number of decent-sized parts in this. But all that is just to say that I think the price is fine. It's not particularly great, but it's definitely not bad. And most importantly, the finished product of the main build looks really good, and it has these transformative features, which I think are very, very well implemented. It looks really nice however you set it up. You can use the action features if you want to, or you can ignore them if you want to, and neither really gives you a disadvantage. Also, having some storage space is always a good thing, and I think both figures are good, even though, you know, I had the minor nitpicks about the figure, the Ninja relative to the others. Still, the figure itself is good, and this is good. I just want to find out what's going on with the names, because it says right there, Luke Cunningham. And that's it for my thoughts about the Katana V11 from the LEGO Ninjago Sons of Garmadon season. Looking forward to checking that out once it's fully released. I have many more videos to make, so I'll be working on those as well, and I'll talk to you again soon.